Hi mathematicians. Okay, so this is Wednesday's lesson number 8, and we're going to continue what we've been doing the last few days and even last week in module number 5. So the first thing we're going to start off with is make sure you have your supplies. So you need a writing utensil, some scrap paper to write down, or a whiteboard and a whiteboard marker. You will need a template sheet to do in this video with me. It will be Fluency Template, Lesson 8 Fluency Template, and it's page 127, and it has a bunch of number bonds on it. Also for the end, so you can have your problem set ready so you can do the examples with me. We'll need our problem set, and I think that's everything for today. So to start off, we are going to review our dot cards. Now, we've already done this the last few times. Last week, and I think on Monday we did it. Groups of 6, 7s, and 8s, and we really focused on just identifying the parts and what we see to make those numbers. Today, I am warning you, they are all scrambled up, so it might take you a second because you might need to think about it, count it, and get an idea before we continue. So today I really want us to focus on the idea of making our number sentences. So let's look at this one. So look, think, right? What is this number? What are the parts we're going to make for this one? So let's do 4 and 4. No, yeah, let's do 8 and 0 for this one because let's say it's one big group. So when we're making the math problem for this one, which is 8 and 0, we always want to start with the bigger number and build up from there. So if we're adding it, we want to say 8 plus 0 equals 8. It's helpful when we're adding to start with the big number in our head, right? We don't need to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 if we already know 8 plus 0. So let's try another one. Okay, look, think. Okay, so how would we do this one? Now in my mind, I see this math problem, and I'm going to start with the larger number first, the larger part first. 6 plus 1 equals 7. Give me a thumbs up if you saw it the same way. So I saw the 2 outside lines and the 1 line in the middle. 6 plus 1 equals 7. And I remember to start with the big number first. It's just a faster and more efficient way of adding. Okay? What do we see here? Okay, remember it doesn't matter. The value's not changing, different directions. So yeah, this one is kind of like the first one we did. A similar setup. So this time, there's not necessarily going to be a bigger or a larger or a smaller part. I'm just going to split it right down the middle. So I'm going to do 3 plus 3 equals 6, right? That's an even one. Okay, how about we try this one? Okay, so what do we see here? Okay. You might have figured out the total. You might see the very clear parts. Remember, we want to start our math problem with the larger part. So that would be 4 plus 3 equals 7. Everybody see how I figured that out? Okay. Let me pull out another one. Okay, look, think. Get your idea, formulate your plan, okay, and see if you think it's the same as Miss Tracy's. So I'll go 5 plus 2 equals 7. So 5, the bottom row, 2 on the top row, but I didn't do 2 plus 5 equals 7, which is 100% correct, but I wanted to start with the larger part, the 5, and build up from there, okay? How do you see this one? Okay, this is how I think we would write the math problem. 5 is the larger part, plus 1 equals 6. Okay, so it's a good review, and I just wanted to make sure you see how it's easy and helpful when we're doing more advanced math problems to start with the larger whole number first. Okay, so let's move on. I'm going to erase these math problems, and now I have a bunch of these magnet tiles on our board. And what I want to do is just practice making a bunch of 10. And this is how we've been working, building up from 10. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I even did it in the 5 groups way. So these are my bunch. This is my bunch of 10, my one bunch of 10s, or if I want to say the 10, right? If we were going to do, say 10 counting, 1, 10, and then whatever's left, my 10 ones. And now I have this bunch. This is my leftovers. It didn't quite make a group of 10, right? So this problem would be 10, 5. 10 here, and 5. And remember when we're talking about the hide 0, we take our 10 here and our 5 here, and the 5 goes on top of that to make 15. It hides the 0. So this is just another review of building up from the idea of 10. Great. Now our next activity is actually doing our fluency template. So let me bring the screen a little bit closer so you guys can see my writing. So as I already showed you to start off the video, it's Fluency Template, Lesson 8 Fluency Template, and it's page 127. And you guys can work with me, do this as independently, however you'd like to do it. And all we're doing is practicing filling in the number bond cards. So all of these number bonds have the parts. See the parts on the bottom? Remember, 2 parts come together to make the whole. And all we have to do is fill in the whole. If you also do another quick glance, you can see 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. Each number bond has a part of 10. So we know we're building up from 10. So 10, 5, 10, 1, 10, 9, 10, 4, 10, 8, 10, 6, 10, 2, 10, 3, 10, 7. This is exactly like the say 10 counting style. So you can even think about that as you're doing it, and it might help you figure out what to write in the number bond. 10, 5. Okay, what's 10, 5 equal? If you know right away, 10, 5 is 15. That's great. If you're not sure, you start counting from 10, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. That is the same as the example I had just given with our magnet dots. 10, 5, I can fast forward, right? 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So if you need help figuring it out, I would recommend you get little icons like this to count. You could do little tally marks. You could use Cheerios or rocks or anything, little things like that to help you count. So you're going to make first your group of 10 and then your second part, which is 5. 10, 5 is 15. So now the next one is a 1 and 10. So 10, 1. What's 10, 1? 10, 11. Okay, the next one's 10, 9. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. 10, 9, 19. Now we have 4 and 10. 4, 10. You should say it larger part first. 10, 4. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay, 10, 8. Think on it for a minute, figure it out. 18. 10, 6. 16. Awesome. 10, 2. So I can do that over here for another example with our magnet tiles. 10, 11, 12. Okay, next one. 3, 10. But we want to start with our larger part. 10, 3. 13. And then the last one, 10, 7, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. And remember, all of our teen numbers always start with 1 because that 1 is for 10 and the 0 is just hidden by the second number, right? Okay, awesome job. Finish that up. If you're still working on it, take your time. You can pause the video for a second if you need a little more time working on that. No problem. And we will keep going. Okay, next is actually our problem set. Our problem story, our word problem story, sorry. Our word problem story. And it's not so much a story today, it's just kind of an interesting example and something I want you to think about. So we have two boys. Peter drew a number bond. So I want you to have your paper and your writing tool so you can do it along with me. So here's Peter. And I'm going to write P for Peter. Now Peter drew a number bond for 13. So let's put 13 in our hole. And then here's his two parts. Now Peter's parts were 10 and 3. So 10, 3. That's Peter's number bond. Now Peter's friend Bill is also in the same math class as him, and he also drew a number bond. So I'm going to draw Bill, and I'll label him B for Bill. So we have Peter and Bill also did the same thing. He also made a number bond for 13. So here's my hole. Here's my parts. But Bill did 3, 10. So he filled one number bond with 3 part and the second one with 10. Now, here's Peter's number bond and here's Bill's number bond. Now just take a second. What do you notice about these number bonds? What do you notice that's the same? What do you notice that's different? Is the values the same? Is the quantities the same? Will these give us the same math problems, even though they did them slightly different? What do you notice about it? So think about that. They both have the same holes, and they have the same parts. They're just in different orders. Does that change anything for the value? No, it doesn't. It still equals 13. It doesn't matter if we say 10 plus 3 equals 13, or if we say the opposite. So for example, if we wanted to write it in our math problem, 13 equals, because they both did the total of 13, and now Peter's problem would be 10 plus 3, and Bill's problem would be 3 plus 10. Same thing, same value, same quantities, just different ways to get there. Now this way is what we were talking about earlier today, and how we start with the whole, the largest number to go first to get the whole. So 10 is the larger part. So we would start with 10 and then add 3 up. It's just a faster and more efficient way to count. Okay, awesome. Now the next thing we're going to do is you still need that piece of paper because we're going to practice writing our teen numbers using our hide 0 cards. So just practicing that. So remember from our last lesson, here's our hide our 10, right? And the 0 gets hidden when we add things to 10, 10, 5, 10, 6, 10, 7, whatever the example might be. Also, I had showed you the dots, which represent 10 also. It has the same value. This represents 10 because it has 10 dots. So let's just practice writing our teen numbers. And we're going to practice, say, 10 counting, regular counting, and I'll even give you an example of drawing some. So our first one, well, let's slow it down. We have 10, 1. So everybody write 10, 1 equals so practice writing 11. 10, 1 is 11. Okay. Now we have 10-6. What does 10-6 make? 16. Practice writing 16. Okay? And remember that 6 is hiding the 0. That 1 is hiding the 0 to make 11. Okay? 10-2, hide the 0 and it makes 12. Write the number 12. Okay? 10-4, hide the 0, 14. 1, 4. So far you should have written down 11, 16, 12, 14. We're working on writing our teen numbers. 10-3, 13. 10-5, 15. 10-7, 17. 10-8, 18. And then the last one, 10-9, hide the 0, 19. So these are all our teen numbers. They're all mixed up and out of order, but we have 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Remember, below that is single-digit numbers, so we don't even have a group of 10 yet. And above that would change to 2 10s. We would be in the 20s. Now, our next thing I wanted to show you is if we take one of these numbers, like 10-4 makes 14, we could draw it, right? We could do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's for the 10, right? And now I'll draw my 4. And now I have a group of made 14. Let's do another one. So let's make 10. This time I'll do 10 stars. Okay, now I'm going to use 2. Hide the 0, 12. Let's try one with the dots, just so we can mix it up a little bit. Okay, so I have my 10 dots. Same value as the 1 and the 10 cards, right? So I need to draw 10. So I did dots, I did stars. This time I'll do 10 hearts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, now I have 9. Now I need to draw 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. What's that make? 10, 9, 19. Okay, it's time for our problem set. And this actually was a little teaser for the problem set to help you get ready. So grab your problem set. Lesson 8 problem set, page 122. So you can see a teen number, 11, 18, 12, 14. What it says is, use your materials to show each number as 10 ones and some more ones. 10 ones, 4 ones, 10 ones, 2 ones, 10 ones, 9 ones. Use your 5 groups way of drawing. Show each number with your hide 0 cards. You don't have a set of hide 0 cards, so you don't have to worry about that, and whisper count as you work. So I'll do 11 for you as an example, but it's just like how we did on the board. So for this one, I'm going to draw. I did dots, stars, hearts. I'll do smiley faces. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Remember, stop at 5 and go to the second line. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, So I stopped at 10, but it doesn't say 10 in the box, it says 11. So I have 10, and I need to do one more to make 11. 10, 1, 11. So now do something different in 18. 10, 8, maybe do stars. Or maybe do suns, or whatever you would like. Now we have 12 and 14. And the next page is the same thing with more numbers. 12. So let me do another example for you. So this time I will do snowflakes. And I'm going to whisper count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Stopped at 10, right? That's my first group. And now I need to do 2. 1, 2. 10, 2, 12. Awesome. So do that for 17, 20, and 13. The last page, the last 2 pages, is the same thing. You're going to make 16, drawing it out. Use the cubes to show the number 12. So how would you do that? You would color 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1, 2. 10, 2 makes 12. And the last challenge page, if you want to do the homework page, is the same thing. Show each number as 10 ones and some more ones. So 10 ones and 5 ones, 10 ones and 3 ones. And now instead of numbers, it's spelled out 10, 7, 10, 1. So I'll do tally marks for one of them. Tally marks are as fast. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 10, 7. That makes 17. Okay, guys, awesome job. Good luck with your math papers. I'm pretty sure everyone can rock this out. And I will see you tomorrow.